Okay, what you see now is a good example. Okay, notice these places. Many of these places have illegal shops where cars get disassembled and sold, and everyone knows about them, and many of them are either directly owned by the police or or the police are accomplices and they get bribed to allow these things to happen. Okay, here we are. Look at this. You see this? This is a good example of what Argentina is about. Okay, folks, notice how they started building. A few months ago there was nothing there, there was just something like this. See? More like this. It smells awful, I must tell you, it smells like crap. And crap is the least of your worries here. I was saying that a few months ago there was nothing there where you just saw those shacks, and you also saw those material brick and mortar buildings and ceramic bricks. That's a very common way of building here in Argentina. It gets done a lot, and people are already used to building that way, and it's very fast and it's very solid. So people like that, and they're very good at it. They quickly build a shack, take over the land. Once there are several hundred families living there, it's an entire social problem. They cannot just get kicked out. So once they took over the land, they start building their homes with a few bricks and some cement and materials they get from their workplaces. They start building with that. Okay, we've reached the Riachuelo River bridge that crosses over to the capital district. So we're not gonna go there right now. It's much nicer there after a while, but it would mean going for miles. So I'm gonna turn around here and show you a bit more. You can also see how garbage in these places hardly ever gets picked. This is a good example of a car. Look at that. Cars are here in horrible conditions. They just suck, and they are maybe one of the, look at all that garbage over there. My God. Buses are also very in awful conditions. These cars in such bad conditions are one of the main reasons why we have so many accidents here. Okay? And also many of these cars have natural compressed gas systems, similar to the one I have here. Okay? Notice that? That's my natural compressed gas. I also have normal gasoline, but the natural compressed gas is much cheaper. And that's what most cars do. The thing is that I have it legally installed by an authorized technician, and many of these cars don't. So you can imagine how dangerous. Okay, here's the cops. I'll stop filming a bit. Oh no, they turn it the other way. There they go. In spite of all the police presence, this is just an entire country. I mean, look at all these horses around here. Garbage getting burned over there. And we're gonna go right now through Villa. Look how they build everything. This is the Villa Ingeniero Bunge. Okay? What I'm filming right now is Villa Ingeniero Bunge. This goes for several acres, and just live in the mud. This place gets flooded all the time. Look how quickly they build. Look at all those shacks. Look at those. See the water there? Can you see that? You cannot imagine what kind of pestilence and diseases this provokes. Look how they started warning the guy because he has a car that obviously cannot go faster and should not be on a highway or even a road maybe. Okay, this is Argentina, folks. This is Argentina. In spite of the nicer things you can see, in spite of the $300,000 homes I showed you just a few blocks away from here, this is Argentina. And this is the reality of Argentina, the one we'll be living in for many years to come. And it's a social problem, it's a political problem, and the 2001 crisis just killed us. It just set us back maybe half a century. We simply cannot go back in time and solve all the problems that crisis provoked, and the problems the current government caused, such as the loss of believable numbers in terms of economy and social development. We lost the INDEC, that is the official institution in charge of that. They just make up the numbers as they say that they are cooking the numbers. Okay, and we also had our retirement pension fund stolen, taken over by the government, and that was also a big impact in us as a country. We're becoming every day more and more like Venezuela or Bolivia, or we're heading like to becoming like Cuba, and that's something it takes many years to undo. So I'm turning. Look at this. Here you can see a bit better, a bit more development, more serious infrastructure. This is, for example, a gas station, and GNC over there. That was a natural compressed gas station where people, you pop the hood. Notice how people just try to avoid stopping here. As I was saying, you pop the hood, and a nice lady comes with a hose and she connects to you, and you load up the tank that is full of natural compressed gas, and that big yellow tank goes, it's like a big propane tank. It goes in the, here's again the school I was talking about before, that school and the prison. Okay, notice the road. I'm jumping as if I'm doing off-road, but it's not off-road. This is. I'll bring back the camera here. I was saying she fills up the big yellow tank that goes in the trunk, and you have like 100 kilometers or so with a 40-liter tank. And it's very cheap to drive with that, and that's what most people use here. Notice the kind of people, well, of course we're just next to a prison, so you cannot expect much, but that's the kind of people you can find around here. Dogs on the sidewalk. Many got thrown away from their homes because people, look how the used market for everything is pretty big.